and one of the Twigdens Nobby played 200.
200. Yep. Twins. They're twins, those boys.
Yeah,
gotcha.
one of them did.
Oh,
yeah.
We bet Riverland first game this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see the clock.
Thanks, Trev.
Frankie.
How many games?
200 senior games, B and A grade.
A little bit windy out there, but maybe not as windy as one would have thought. Nobby Norton, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Lockie. Good afternoon, Trevor, and to all what we know in the beautiful spot we are in the central commentary position. Other than the trees moving, you wouldn't even know it wasn't the perfect day. Finals, like it seems to be like that every time we come over to Panther Park.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we've seen this trend continue this year, which is fantastic to see. So great to see strong crowds at the footy once again today. Look, just on those conditions, Loxton North taking on the Waikerie Magpies today. Both teams top ladder. We'll go through the teams in a minute. But just quickly on these conditions, look, sunny out here today. Breeze pretty much going straight across the field, not really favouring at one end. So coming from the west and going straight across the field at this stage. But we will keep an eye on that for wind off this afternoon at the Loxton flag.
Look, I would have said that the scoring end was is the town end, but the Loxton North seconds kicked against that trend to run out winners by 4 points in the seconds. 8 goals, 11.59 to 8.755 in a high quality seconds match. Previous winners, Waikerie in the under-18s and Loxton North in the under-15s, Loxton North in the under-13s. But it's all here for the main fixture today, Lockie.
Yep, 1v2 on the ladder. Both teams are locked at 6 wins, 2 losses apiece. North sitting at top via a slight advantage when it comes to percentage. But today really is an important game for both sides. Nobby, as we enter the second half of the season, we're over the halfway point now. And this is where the pressure on spots and teams really have to start getting their games really tuned up as we get that little bit closer to finals.
Absolutely, and sitting 1 and 2 on the ladder, but 1 and 3 on my seeding system. So I've got Loxton seeded number 1, Waikerie number 3, but that all could change on the result of today.
Certainly could. Now, Nobby, you've been scouring over the team sheets today, and you've picked out a couple of changes from both sides.
Yep.
Which one do you want to run through first?
Loxton North, missing Scott Lewis and Jonty Coney. Probably a good move. We know Lewis had a shoulder injury a couple of weeks ago. Played very well last week and did a lot of the grunt work. Having a week off today followed by the bye is probably a really good move by the Panthers to freshen him up for the second part of the season. The other player missing was maybe almost their best player behind Westfold last week in Jonty Coney, who kicked 3 goals at the Lakeside and really lit it up. He's out, but the 2 ins are 2 good ins. One of them being under 18 Jack Meaney, who we saw earlier in the season, and for his first game today, Kai Filkey, the grandson of a legend, of a club legend.
Yes, for those who are across 5-hour breakfast, Lou gets a run probably this morning. So, of course, Anthony, his grandson, playing his first A-grade game for Loxton.
Good luck
today.
to him. And both those lads were coming in out of the under-18s.
So, great to see that today at Loxton North. And as I said, when you're going all right, it's a good place to be, Nobby, because you can give players like that a good introduction to football without, I guess, maybe not so much the pressure being on them as much as maybe other situations in other seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Waikerie side, they also having 2 key players missing today in Captain Tim Bevan, who's out, and I saw him in a moon boot a bit earlier, so maybe an injury that might keep him out for a few weeks, but once again, a bye to come that will help. And Jack Burgermeister, who you class as probably one of the key full forwards in the league, Lockie. The replacements, Alex Lean, and for his first game, the replacements, Cooper Macrath, back from a festival season in the Northern Hemisphere, and first game player, Mal Lloyd, which is good to see him get a crack at it.
Yep, fantastic. Just saw the captains do the court toss. We had Steve Heusler from Waikerie winning that one. He's elected to kick to the town end. Does that surprise you, Nobby?
No, well, that was the scoring in the previous games up until the final quarter of the seconds. The scoring, that was the scoring, and the sock is it's going slightly into the forward pocket towards the golf course, so it would be favouring that end of any. Lockie, just when you thought I was going to let you get away with it, who are you selecting today?
Look, I'll have to run with Loxton North this afternoon, Nobby. You know that you're given out here, but I'm looking forward to a thrilling contest, and as I like to say, I go for the team that's coming second at half-time.
So you're saying Loxton North will be behind at half?
Well, we'll have to wait and watch, won't we?
Well, I'm going to go again here today. I'm taking the number 3 seeded Waikerie to knock off the top seeds today, and that will really throw a cat amongst the pigeons in the seeding system and the ladder.
Yep, certainly. We'll look, a couple of other important games this afternoon too that we are going to keep track of, none more so than at the Lakeside Oval in Barmera where we were last week. Barmera Monash hosting Loxton. Now that really is a season-defining day because, as you said, Nobby, the winner of that game really can start to dictate the next few weeks when it comes to that final, what could be the final spot in the 4.
Well, it is. They are playing for the final spot in the 4, and they will be for the rest of the season. And should Barmera win at the Lakeside today, they will go a game clear plus a mountain of percentage, an absolute mountain of percentage that Loxton would make up. So, in effect, a win today almost puts them 2 wins clear. Or put it this way, it would take Loxton 2 extra wins to overhaul them. So a key game. Renmark taking on Berry in the other fixture, beaten by 20 goals last round. You'd be thinking it's a long road for the Berry Demons at Renmark today. If they're at home, you'd say maybe they could keep things under control. But up at Renmark, I think they're in for a world of pain. Notice the coach was listed in their side as well, so numbers down for Berry as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask for Demons this afternoon. This game nearly underway at 5am football this afternoon. Loxton North hosting the Waikerie Magpies. The umpire with the football in the minute. It's Mac Grummett, umpire this afternoon, who's no stranger to this field. Nobby.
No.
Siren up, there it is, ball up, siren sounds. First quarter under 8 Riverland football. Rucks in the middle this afternoon. Looking forward to this contest. Sherpig and Colbert. Sherpig got the early tap and then had a second crack at it. Ball's heading towards the Panthers' end, but the Waikerie defenders off half-back managed to scrap and lock it in, and they clear it out. And there's Colbert, takes the ball wide. Looking for a teammate there in Naish Andrew.
How do you reckon Colbert will go today with both feet on the ground instead of on a couple of pegs and leaving the ground every 5 or 10 metres?
Well, look, I think this would be a walk in the park compared to the Fink Desert race not that long ago. I didn't actually manage to catch up with him before, but I'm looking forward to chatting with him after about that.
Yeah, great player to watch too.
Absolutely. There's Caleb Coney that got the ball out of the ball up, but it's Waikerie on half-back that have managed to lock it down.
Again, he's had 2 early touches. Just watch how many touches he picks up across half-back and through the middle of the ground today.
So Ethan Neal with the footy on the Worsties Bar Townside wing. Takes it up to the forward flank. Panther defenders working hard to try and punch it forward. There's Worsfold, gets his first touch for the day. Handballed, but wrapped up pretty quick.
Last time I was over here watching footy, Lockie, it was Barmer and Monash, and they play a much tighter game. That won't be happening these two sides today. They love to move the ball and get it to the open.
Another good tap from Sugar Ray. Could bring soccer forward, but it's our man Colbert off half-back for the Magpies. It takes the ball wide, finds a teammate in Dixon. He gets his hands on it again. Back another time. He's racking up the possessions this afternoon already in this early stage.
If you've got him by 20 plus, you're well in the hunt.
But unfortunately, a wayward kick, and it's found the Panthers.
Josh Nelson at just behind centre for Loxton North on the far side of the ground, looking to drive the ball into the forward line.
He kicks long, just up to the painted 50, but some good defence from Waikerie again, Nobby, and they managed to, oh no, not quite, wrapped up, taken to ground, and we'll get a ball up just outside the attacking forward 50 of Loxton North.
Yeah, it's tight play, but plenty of options outside the packs.
North trying to work it forward through Kent. Going to need a big game for him this afternoon.
Yeah, he's going to have to fill the role that Lewis normally does with the grunt work around the football. Looking for him to take up that role big time.
So ball up just outside the 50, but a good clearance from the Panthers. Kudra kicks into the 50. They're working hard. There's Zach Woolbridge. Turns around, wheels around. First shot of the day. Misses the lot.
Well, he was another in for Loxton North today, wasn't he, really? I only mentioned the 2 under-18 lads, but Zach was missing last week, and he comes back in, a good in for the team.
So the Magpies now with the ball on the club rooms or broadcast wing. No one able to mark it. Neil was wrapped up and done holding the ball. And it's going to be Mason Eckerman with the free. Just on the painted 50.
So he will drive the Panthers into attack.
Ryan Proud the target, but over the back it goes. And the Magpies through Hilton brings it back in board and finds Ethan Neal again. He's having a good start despite that, holding the ball before. You don't mind as a coach, Nobby, if you...
Hilton backed his kicking ability there, taking the ball back into the middle. And here they go down the middle, the Magpies. Ball from Chambers, handball down the middle to Geeman, who drives it to centre half forward for Waikerie through the hands of Hunt.
There he is. That's...
Looks like Fletcher, is it again?
Yeah.
No, it's Jack Obst.
Easy to mistake again, that's right.
Yep.
Magpies now in the centre square with the footy. They go on the rebound, kicks up to centre half forward, but great intercept mark from Panthers.
That's the other
Sherpick.
player missing from Loxton North lineup from last week is Schinkel, which will make it easy for us to find Obst, will it?
So Sherpick, small kick into the centre square, finds Eckerman. He handballed to Kent, but he was handballed back, wrapped up, and that is holding the ball every day of the week.
Yeah, never handball to a player standing flat-footed. He's easy prey for the opposition. Sherpick working in the back lines for Loxton North. Takes the ball, farms it out towards Worsfold. Worsfold can't get it clear of the pack. Waikerie hard at it here, and there's Lockie Nitschke, drives the ball to full forward for Waikerie.
We're going to see a soccer off the ground, shot on goal.
It's Hahn down there working hard for Waikerie, Lockie.
Great bit of defensive play from Petch.
Rush point, first score of the game, a rush point to the Waikerie Magpies, and so the first alteration to the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard, Waikerie 1 point, leading the game by 1 point.
Panthers bring it out, they take the ball wide. Worsfold was able to get a kick. That's going to spill out of bounds. No, it's just inside. There's Shapley. He couldn't get his hands on it. Back to Obst. Wrapped up again. And the tackling pressure from Waikerie is phenomenal in this early stage.
Yeah, Obst must have thought he was on the farm and in paddock. He thought he had that much room, but it was not. That was not the time to be doing that.
No, just on 5 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock. Ball now. Waikerie attacking 50.
It's Mitch Hahn, is it, in the forward pocket over there?
Has
he got the binoculars on him?
He's got the... No, it is not. That is...
Jack Colbert may be resting up forward, is it? Oh, it might be Cooper Macbeth, we're hearing.
Bombs it in.
Here we go.
He's got a bit of distance on it.
He's just missed.
Another minor score for the Magpies. They take the lead to 2 points.
We'll try and find out. We might chat out because it's at half time. Perhaps we can fit it into the half time break.
Not sure if that... I mean, I don't want to speculate, Nobby, but I do want to finish this game broadcasting this afternoon, all right? So Petch with the footy, how to fall back. taking the kickouts today. Josh Nelson was doing that last
Yeah,
week.
he was. That'll cut his possessions back by half, Josh.
Ball up on the half-back for Loxton North. They're still trying to work this one out like a rugby scrum. A couple of Wallabies in there auditioning. They might get a run in the Wallaby side these days. I don't know if they're playing too well.
The Wallabies or these two teams?
Well,
Nice hit out from Waikerie, trying to get the ball free of the pack, but the tackling pressure intense.
this is 5 football this afternoon. Loxton North and Waikerie. Waikerie Magpies, 2 behinds, they lead. Sherpig out of the ruck, takes the grab, gets a handball out to Kudra. He was tackled, but Joel Worsfold manages to pick up a loose footy back to Eckerman. It's a bit of a comedy of handballs here. It's a hot footy. It's like a handball game of training. Back to Nelson, and the ball. Nelson got taken high. He's going to get a free kick. It's Mackrith with the tackle there.
Yeah, courageous player for one of their smaller men, and uses the ball so as he does then, and finds Kent in the middle. Vumard, is it? The captain, Vumard.
Vumard takes it wide on the attacking 50. Oh, great mark from Justin Proud. Second game, the A grade this year.
I think he's certainly picked up confidence from last week, and
Kicks into the centre of the 50, and the commentators curse Nobby to strike because that was intercepted by Dixon.
Yep. He goes wide. Noah Hyde sells the dummy. Hyde back from the Nord reserves this week, Lockie. He'll be a big in for him. Hyde. No, clean tackle. The ball will be balled up.
Yeah, the call's hold in, and that's what they're doing.
Yep. There was no contact made. It looked like he attacked the ball rather crudely, but there was no contact made with the other players.
Oh, great tap from Colbert. And can the Magpies make the most of this? They're running onto it. There was Mitch Hahn who tried to scoop up, taken out of the bounds, and we're going to get a ball in, I reckon. Right, clubroom side, broadcast side here at Loxton North this afternoon. 5 football.
Sun out and shining.
Just hearing the instructions there. Conveniently right in front of RFX Mike this afternoon.
Sherpick hand on the ball first, gives Worsfold first look at it. Over to Kudra. Kudra from Loxton North drives the ball to centre half forward.
Oh, Justin Proud was the target, but spoiled by the Waikerie defenders, and they're working this one out through Mitch Hahn.
It's Hyde, Lockie.
Yes.
And he's found... Is it Fletcher? Fletcher at half-back for Loxton North, but unfortunately turns the ball straight over to a Waikerie opponent.
So the inside 50s, that is where they're falling down both sides this afternoon. You have to say Waikerie made the most of it.
Oh, great pick-up off the pack by Kent. Centres the ball for Loxton North into the middle, looking for someone.
Shapley's with the footy, wheels around, kicks up to the top of the 50. It was punched. Josh Nelson unable to get it. Neil for the Magpies gets it over, finds Hyde. Hyde gets a curried kick away.
3-on-1, Magpies favour. They get the ball and drive it into their forward lines. Opes, first to the ball at centre half back. Key play for him today at that position. Needs someone next to him so he can shovel out the handball.
So in the centre, Kent was the target. Colbert was able to get a hand in there and spoil it, but Kent manages to get the second dibs. Added a small kick. Finds a teammate. And then gets it on the way to Drake. Drake into the forward 50. Justin Proud with the mark.
Yeah, clever football by the experienced Panther forward. And he takes the mark 40 metres out from goal at the school end. Kicking into what Breezer is. Look at that wind socket. It hasn't quite favouring the other end. This will take his best kick to make this distance from 40 metres.
What would you say? That'd be a 15-degree angle?
Yep.
Slight?
Depends. If he goes for the helicopter or tumble punt, it might cut through the breeze, Lockie.
Justin Proud for the Panthers.
No
Looks
trouble
all right,
at all.
never in doubt. And the Panthers take the lead here at Loxton North this afternoon.
Yeah, good play by Justin Proud. As a forward for Loxton North, him and his cousin, Ryan, they play a really good role against each other. Justin using his speed, using his legs, working the whole forward line, while Ryan sort of works like he's got a cord around his leg about 30 metres long attached to the goalpost.
So after a very tight first 10 minutes, the Panthers get the first goal of the day. Waikerie Magpies 2 behinds.
Great duel in ruck today between the young Judge Sherpick and also Colbert, who we rate highly too as a young ruckman.
They both jumped a bit too early though, and they misjudged it. But out of the contest, Sherpick manages to get the second dip out. Ryan Proud flies, ball spills forward. The Panthers still with the footy in their 50. They're all diving on it. Waikerie working hard to hold it in.
That had Growers Services Riverland Mark of the Day written all over it. Lockie unfortunately could not bring it to ground.
He's looking a bit ginger as he gets up, but he's back into it because I think he can smell a goal out of the contest.
Waikerie bring it out to Noah Hyde in the back pocket. He looks up the wing.
And both players there, eyes on the footy. That was Kenton Hahn.
Great run out the back lines by Hosler. Unfortunately, turns the ball over to Petch from Loxton North on centre wing, who looks straight in the middle and finds Vumard. Handball to Sherpick. Back to Petch from Loxton North, who fumbles the ball but rushes onto his boot.
No one able to mark it on the 50, but they bomb it in through. And Justin Proud with the mark. Great work from Dylan.
Started well.
Yeah, Dylan L3 said to kick you the 50. Fine. Found Justin Proud. He's back for his second shot of the day.
I think he's just marked
third shot.
I think he's marked his name down as I'm staying in this number one team for the rest of the season and the finals, guys.
Well, he's currently the goal of the day clubhouse leader for Surf to Suit Loxton, and this could get him 2 tickets in the draw. Looks right off the boots coming back, but bit of a late fade
there. Do you think he sort of tried to steer that more than kick it at goal? I think when you're kicking into a breeze like this, you've got to find something behind the goal and drive it at it, not try and steer it through.
Came off the boot, looked all right, but it just didn't quite fade back, did it? No. So that pass now with the footy. They bring it out. Big kick up the field, but straight to the Panthers, and there's Joel Worsfold. Waste no time, kicks, finds Josh Nelson on the 50.
Interesting roll from Nelson today. Normally we see him sweeping across half back. He's across half forward at the moment.
Plays on. Waikerie Magpies a little bit napping there and marking that square.
There we go. That is the clubhouse leader for the Growers Services Riverland mark of the day. And I think it's Justin Proud again.
Justin Proud again.
He has started this game in red hot form and is having a purple patch.
He's dictating terms where the defenders can stand.
Hard man to match up on by the sheer ability of him to cover ground and still take marks like that, Lockie.
So Justin Proud. Small kick. Looks off the boot, happy.
No mistake, and he kicks the second match to take Loxton North to 2 goals 1-13 to Waikerie 2 points 2. So an 11-point margin, and Proud with both the goals in this match.
Yeah, look, an interesting one. Into the side last week, and as you said, it might be just laying a few more layers of cement there in this team so far.
Well, you keep turning up every week kicking goals, and I'll tell you what, you're going to be a hard man to lead out of the 22.
Couple last week too at the Lakeside, I think. So
who's his matchup at the moment?
I'm just having a bit of a look down there.
You're thinking the Waikerie coach would be having a look at that?
Might be a bit of a... I mean, is it one of those things where if you're planning it through in the week, you think about the Panthers midfielders and you go, right, we've got Joel Worsfold, we've got Tyson Kent to look out for, we've got that and that and that. Justin Proud probably wasn't on the radar of the Waikerie coaching staff this week, was he?
He might be down the list a little bit.
Yeah.
Towards the bottom bit of it as to whether we need an alternate matchup for him or whether we need a full stop, just play whoever's standing in that position on him.
Oh, yes. Well, I think you are right, though. The Waikerie Magpies might have to work some stuff out. Ball back in the centre, 14.5 minutes played. Magpies get the clearance.
Magpies have thrown Hahn into the midfield to get him a few touches early, and he drives the ball forward for them.
I think he's going to be more danger to Loxton North there than up forward, quietly.
Yeah, I mean, he's not frightened. He doesn't mind putting a bit of effort in and around the packs either, as we just saw then. The throw being paid against Loxton North, and the free kick will come back to Hocking.
So Tyrell Hocking with the footy.
Just in, so he'll kick from just on the 50-metre line, going with the breeze is coming back across, but I think that will help. He'll have to aim for as he looks at him, the right-hand post.
So Tyrell Hocking, 50 out. Oh. It's a wayward kick, doesn't quite even make the square.
And that mark's been taken by Joel Worsfold, who's worked back into defence.
Yeah, Joel Worsfold, a good stuff from so far this afternoon. Takes the football wide to the scoreboard side. That was fumbled, but Wesley was able to pick it back up and kick it back in board, but it was to the centre. There's Ethan Neal again. He's had a few touches this afternoon for the Magpies. Can Waikerie make the most of this? It's still there. They're still working hard.
Takes possession of it, gets it out. Hard man to tackle.
Hocking was taken high, and he'll get a free kick, probably about 10 metres close to the goal than last time.
Yeah, pretty hard for for Hample, who you'd say is the tallest player on the ground, to tackle Tyrell Hocking, you'd say this is the shortest and not get him a little high.
It's unfortunate for Hample because that does happen from time to time. We've seen it a few times now, haven't we?
I reckon Hamps could even be taller than him if he was on his knees.
Here we go, Tyrell Hocking. Can he slot the Magpies' first goal of the day? It looks a bit better off the boot, but it's faded wide.
That's another point for the Waikerie Magpies. Takes them to no goals, 3 points to Loxton 2-1-13 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
Yeah, 16 and a half minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock. Justin Proud, currently the clubhouse leader of the goal of the day for Surf to Suit Loxton with 2 entries.
He's the only one with a score in the clubhouse at the moment, Lockie.
He's won Division 1 Powerball on his own.
Yeah.
Kick out now from Loxton North. Ball up on half-back, but Magpies were working hard to take advantage. They get... Oh, no. Ball back. We'll get a... Wesley, he takes the footy up the field, centre wing. Josh Nelson now with the footy. Just hold station.
He always makes an impact on the game, Josh, doesn't he?
Takes the football centre. Shapley was the target, but...
Dixon brings it out again off halfback for Waikerie and finds his brother. Tyrell Hocking handballs it out to Noah Hyde, who cuts back inside for a left footer. That's wrong-footed, everyone, including himself. Handball out to Ethan Neal, who drives the ball forward for Waikerie, but couldn't find Jared B, and the ball will go out of bounds without being touched, and that'll be a free kick to Loxton North in their back pocket.
Tell you what, Ethan Neal's giving Waikerie a lot of drive off half-back.
He is.
He'd be in their top 3 in this early stage.
You're giving me a bit of a clue there, Lockie, are you?
Oh, just seeing a lot of him this afternoon already.
Yeah, they're getting a few players are getting some touches around the middle, but they're not hurting Loxton North with the disposal.
So still a loose footy. No one able to take possession. Both teams calling for it. It's going to be a throw-in, I think.
No, free kick going to Loxton North, to Adam Wesley on the half-back flank for Loxton North.
So clubroom side. 18 minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock. First quarter. Get some updates through very soon from some other games happening this afternoon. That was Kudra. The kicks down the line. Vumad was the target. No one able to mark it. Dylan Lefty picks it off the ground and bombs it long. Justin Proud. Can he do it again? He can. Another mark. I'll tell you what.
So his opponent,
Jacob palms Couch off quickly and finds Josh Nelson.
So currently Justin Proud's opponent's Jacob Couch, who played a pretty good game last time we saw him, but I'd say he's got his hands full. And I'm wondering how much longer he is standing next to Justin Proud.
You sort of wonder what other options you'd have, though.
Nelson, normally a good user of the football, when he uses the ball upfield, you'd be backing him in to perhaps put on the 3rd goal of the game here.
45-degree angle, 25 out.
Once again, tried to steer the ball through the goals rather than kick it at a point at goals. And as a result, 1 point, 4 minutes to go in this game, Lockie, on the Murray Pest Control clock. In this quarter, sorry.
Yeah, 2-2, Loxton North leads at Waikerie 3 behinds. We control Australia's scoreboard. Small kick to bring it back in.
B getting a touch up the ground at half-back and moving it on quickly for Waikerie out to the wing on the far side. First time ball down that side.
Yep. So, brings it back in board, finds Tristan Gam. Just hold station for a second, Tristan Gam. He's been around this
Loxton North have got the middle of the ground closed off. We know Waikerie like to run up and down the middle, but North are shutting down those avenues.
Gam takes it wide, but intercepted from Kudra,
who was nowhere near the play when the ball was kicked, but quickly arrived on the scene, as we know he does.
Coney works the footy out of bounds, and we'll get a throw-in right in front of the coach's boxes of Loxton North. Oh, ball up. Colbert and Hample do the ruck work. Josh Nelson got another handball out of the...
And tackled after he got rid of it too. Clever play there by Nelson.
So he gets a free kick. Centre wing, far side. Kicks up the line. Looking for Shapley. Punched forward, out of bounds, and we'll get a ball in.
He was forced to kick up the line because Waikerie are playing Ethan Neal loose in defence, which is... quite ironic considering they have first use of the breeze.
So ball in. No one able to take it. They work it through Dixon. Still loose footy. There's Macarath. Wheels around. Kicks into the attacking 50. Looking for a target. And Chambers is the target up there.
And Fletcher again mopping up the ball and using it well. Poking out to Jack Opes at half-back right in front of the scoreboard, which is showing Loxton 2-2-14 to Waikerie 0-3 points on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
Turner was the target up forward. My apologies before.
Yep. Ball going out of bounds for a throw-in. Not far from the Waikerie coach's box on the half-back line for Loxton North, half-forward line for Waikerie Magpies.
This is sort of a dangerous time for Loxton North here because they've had advantage, but wouldn't want to leak a goal now.
Yeah. Whoa, through he goes. The Loxton North, but didn't quite get it. This is good football.
That's Wesley. Handball out to Eckerman, running through the middle of the field. Looks for a target up forward, but
there's the loose player.
Intercepted there from Tristan Gam. Both teammates calling for the footy. Brings it clubroom side.
That'll be Hyde out this way.
Oh, it spills over trying to pick it up, and he's going to be wrapped up by Mason Eckerman. He chased him down.
Not too many people get away from the mud crab when he gets a bead on you.
Gets a high five there from Joe Westholt. That was on there, that's the right idea.
Kick was just short of the mark.
If Hyde could have taken clear possession of that, he would have been out and on. So Ethan Neal at the back of the throw-in, bombs it long. Now ball up on half forward. Ryan Turner for Waikerie. Punch it forward. He's got a couple. Can Waikerie make something out of this? Oh, smothered over the handball out of bounds.
Great pressure there by Jack Opes. Cut off the handball. Didn't take the player. Took the ball a minute to go, Lockie, in this first quarter on the Murray Pest Control scoreboard. You'd think if you were Loxton North, you'd be happy with the result if you could keep the scoreboard where it is.
Yeah, 2-2-14 leads 3 behinds. The home side with the advantage. Ball in the forward pocket. Turner punches it forward, but no one's home for the Magpies. North defenders dive on it, hold her in, and we'll get a ball up.
Body's going every which way there. All I could see was feet and ankles hanging out of the pack both sides.
You can sense from Loxton North that they know they've done all right against the wind in this first quarter, and they can't undo the advantage they've just got.
Hampel gets the ball down to Petch, I think.
Opes,
sorry, the ball, and we're looking at another ball up here in the forward pocket for the Waikerie Magpies.
Yep, Town End. Oh, Hampel and Turner in the contest, and Turner, or Burgermeister fell forward.
A very, very clumsy tackle by Matthew Hampel. The player got between him and the ball, the other ruckman, and all he did was grab him and throw him to the ground roughly, Centurion.
So this is Brad Burgermeister.
There's the siren to end the first quarter. Brad Burgermeister will have a shot at goal after the siren. Of course, he can't run around the umpire all over this, making sure he must run in a straight line, but not a bad shot to have a goal, place on the ground to have a shot for goal from that end. Kicking straight into the goals.
An important kick. Looks right off the boot. He's kicked it. And the Magpies return serve, albeit late. 1-3-9, trail Loxton North 2-2-14, quarter time here at Loxton North this afternoon. This is Riverland football on 5RM. Trevor Scott, back to you in the Sideline View studio. Loxton, the Panthers hosting the Waikerie Magpies quarter time. 2-2 Loxton North, 14 leading Waikerie, 1 goal, 3-9. That goal for Waikerie coming after the siren, Nobby, and a very important goal kicked by Brad Burgermeister.
Yep, goal kickers for the game. Loxton North, the 2 goals, both to Justin Proud, and that goal after the quarter time siren to Brad Burgermeister. Hey, good players for both sides. Nelson getting a bit of the ball. Cody Vumard holding up well, the skipper for Loxton North. Proud, of course. Sherpick having some good work, doing some good work in the ruck. Tyson Kent in and around as well. And Matthew Fletcher across the back line with Jack Oates also playing very well. For Waikerie Magpies, Hyde getting a bit on the wing. Hunt hitting up like he normally does. Corey Dixon started very well. Cooper Macra some important touches up forward. Ethan Neal across half back. And Terrell Hocking getting the odd touch too. So pretty evenly poised game. Had Maggie's not got that goal after the siren, you'd say it was Loxton North's quarter. We're yet to see. This second quarter will tell us exactly how the game's going to play up.
Certainly will. Loxton North will be kicking to the town end this quarter, which you could say has a slight advantage with the breeze, but I'm not convinced that breeze is doing too much in terms of one end or another. I think it's going straight across the field. Not as windy as we've seen out here at Loxton North either. So at the moment,
yeah, I'm
conditions not too
interested
bad.
in how Trev keeps calling it Windy Hill. There's not much of a hill here. It is windy though.
Yes. I would argue last Saturday at the lakeside was, I would suggest, windier than today. On my memory of weather
How are you going
events.
with your setting up your weather equipment today? Lakeside last week, you had sort of the temperature off the water.
Yes.
You had,
well,
rainbows.
we had the white caps last week at Lake Bonnie,
Yeah.
didn't we? But,
So-
we can't. There's not too much water you can see at Loxton, other than in a bottle.
Tell you what, the Oval's looking in really good condition. That rain we've had in the last couple of weeks just softened it up. Sometimes these Riverland Ovals can get hard. Nice amount of rain like we've had would be an excellent surface to play on. No divots much coming out. Just a really good surface.
There it is. Second quarter underway. Ball back in the centre. We're going to get another contest. We're going to get things underway this afternoon. Shirley gets the advantage. It's a handball forward.
And Shek gets the ball out the middle towards the goals.
Yeah,
for
with
Loxton North.
with the barrel, no less. That's what
Yep.
we want. Shapley with the footy
Out it
loose
comes.
on 50. Kicks the goals. He looks all right. That's happy. He's happy. The team's happy. And that's the first goal of the second quarter. And that could be a record for the quickest goal after a siren.
No, we had that last week, 19 seconds. Oh, what have we got
What
this
did we
week?
get that on?
I'll check with the timekeepers.
Oh, no, I reckon that was pretty
we
much
got it
on.
again. It's equal. It's an equal record holder.
19 seconds.
18 seconds. New world record for the Riverland Football League. 19
Absolutely.
When that one was in 19 seconds last week, I thought never. But here we are. A week later,
Well,
a second off the record.
all we have to do is say this records were started only last week, so it's the record. You can't quantify it past that.
But who would have thought? Not only did he break the record, he took a second off it, a full second.
It's Loxton North 3-2-20, leading at Waikerie at 1-3-9. Less than 30 seconds played in this first quarter.
Look, it was intelligent play by Shapley because everyone rushed in for the ball. He just held his position outside the pack, and lo and behold, out it came to him, and he was all on his own. But he did drill it. See the advantage of drilling that ball in the winter conditions? Didn't steer it through in these windy conditions. Kicked through it. He looked like he was trying to kick it to where the old Loxton store was.
Lovely kick-off. 45 out?
Yep.
It was a fair roost.
Sherpick up again, getting first hand of the ball over Colbert.
Yep.
I like a couple of times Sherpick today in ruck has attacked the footy and come out with the kick after the play.
Yeah, that second effort, that Nick Nat Nui style.
He is improving week by week, and he's up against a good opponent today in Colbert.
North with the free Worsfold, kicks up forward. Panthers now deep in their
That
attacking
was
50.
Meany getting hold of the ball, but wrapped up and made no attempt to get it out.
It's
Was it Meany or Drake? I think it was Jai Drake, actually.
Jai Drake, yeah.
Yeah, sorry to put that one at Jack's feet. Wasn't him.
Magpies now work this one across. They've got the switch on.
Negative side of the ground. I want to keep it away from the goals here, but it's not going to help them score at the other end. Panthers moving the ball on much quicker than their opponents. Maggie's having a little bit of trouble.
They all fly up. Caleb Coney got the mark, and there is a
first
mark of the
grab
day
ads.
contender.
Yep, got first touch and got the second touch and brought it to ground.
Shocking kick off the ground. Justin Proud was the target,
He
unable to miss, unable to mark it.
He was actually looking for Ryan Proud next one over, and I'm not sure if Proudy should have been leading into that pocket, although Ryan Proud can kick him from anywhere, so every pocket's dangerous for him.
So despite that being what would assume to be a clear kick out of bounds, it appears we're going to get a ball in here because it was touched.
Yep. I think Ryan Proud just got a wick on it.
It's a bit of a Maradona handball there, wasn't it?
Yep. Well, you mean the hand of God?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that maybe he didn't touch?
Well, I don't know. Close. Anyway, so a ball up, 25 out, North goal.
We're a fair way away here, Lockie.
Just seeing what's going on here and the contest. Joel Westphal for the Panthers gets it off the ground, kicks up forward, right around the target, but punched forward. The young defender in Chambers for the Magpies.
It was a quality kick by Westphal. Gave his forward every opportunity, but the defender was up to the task.
Just seeing if Waikerie have made any changes on their defensive matchups. I don't think they have. So Kudra out of the ball up. He bombed it into the square, but it's going to go across the face, out of bounds. Oh no, Ryan Proud tries to get the free, but we saw this last week. The umpire saw straight through it.
Umpire not getting any of that. Getting after that ball, Proud. I'm not going to give you an easy one.
So a ball in, 3 metres around from North's goal. Kent from the ball up, kicked wildly into the goals. No one was home. Working hard to get the footy. Justin Proud's trying to chase down Heusler. He gets the handball out, and the Magpies somehow clear it up over the 50. But there's Shapley, the goal scorer. He's in there as well. Magpies working hard. Leans in there. But there's a turnover, and the Panthers now kick up to their attacking 50.
Nice defensive mark taken there by, I think, who is that? Like Nash Andrew, is it?
Just trying to see the number. I think they might have some number changes late.
Here we go.
There's Kudra. Brings it in board. Finds Coney. Small kick up. Finds Josh Nelson.
Spears the ball into the forward line. Finds Josh Nelson from the lock. Hit straight. Goes off. If that hadn't been on through.
And I reckon that was an own touch there. I think Ryan Proud is shaking his head because I think he got a hand on that.
Very clever user of the football, Josh Nelson for Loxton North.
Oh, a minor score for the Panthers.
Waikerie needing something here, needing a spark.
Just seeing what kicks up. Now it's Geeman, the general off half back.
He could
rallying
be
the troops.
He could be the one.
Macarith
over the top to Dixon. Dixon working the ball forward for Magpies.
There's Turner.
Turner going one-handed instead of two.
Still inboard. Paddles it inboard. Finds Hyde. And now there's Brad Burgermeister. He was taken high. He's going to get the free.
He sort of put his head down over the ball there.
So Brad Bergie with the footy outside the 50. Kicks up and straight to the Panther defender in Dunpech.
Yeah,
all that effort.
Who had parked himself in front of the leading Mitch Hahn.
Drills it up the line. Not sure if there was a target there.
Nice mark.
Great mark there from Harry Glacken.
Nice grower services Riverland mark of the day from Harry Glacken.
Young side, isn't he? He's looking for somebody. And that was out of bounds. Dixon marked it. It was over the line.
Free kick to Loxton North on the centre wing, clubroom side.
That's Jai Drake with the footy. Finds Kudra. 5-home football. Loxton North, Waikerie.
Off he goes.
Kicks up to the 4 pocket. Who's home? Justin Proud's there, but he's got a couple of defenders to negotiate, and that's out of bounds.
Free kick in for Waikerie here by the look of the signal from the goal umpire.
And that is going to be a free kick. So the Magpies bring it out.
Dixon again on halfback.
That's Lord. Brings it up. Brad Burgermeister, but
there we go.
Coney. Caleb Coney today. He wastes no time and wild kick, and that's Magpies.
Tristan Geeman takes the ball. He might be the one to provide the spark and the rebound off halfback. B gets the ball at halfback. Looks wide again for Magpies.
I'm going to do some quick, like my quick math stats.
Yeah.
I'm going to call this one. I reckon Tristan Geeman would have played more games than the rest of the Magpie defenders added up this afternoon. There you go.
Back over to this side to Dixon. It's going backwards and forwards across the goals like a under-13 game at half time. Like the goals are across the ground.
Tight.
Nice mark by Sherpick.
Off half back.
Came at the ball, stuck his hands out and took a nice mark for Loxton North. Chips it across. Ooh, sets the task for his skip, Cody Mate, who's up to it. Takes the mark at centre half back. Chips it down the middle of the ground.
That's Kent with the footy. Still on Justin back.
Magpies marshalled up behind the ball in the middle, making it hard for Kent, who has to look to half forward and finds
Shapley.
Shapley kicked the first goal of this quarter and the only goal of this quarter.
Shapley looks up the line, looking for a target. Colbert flew for the Magpies, no one able to mark it. Ball over the front, and Waikerie, through a couple of handballs, managed to clear it out. Here's Hyde with the footy.
Well, you're always in trouble when you're in Kudra's vicinity.
Hyde got the free there. It must have been a...
Hocking at halfback takes the mark for the Waikerie Magpies, but they're not moving the ball very far out of fence.
Seeing a game sort of between both half-back lines at the moment.
Yep, fair enough. Geeman marking that, but we have to come back over the mark, umpire. Come on.
Geeman takes it wide. The kick was the right idea. And they're trying to work this one out. They're working hard to try and keep this. Alex Leans in there off half-back. Magpies wrapped up, taking the ground. And that's a
little bit of a...
Okay, going on there.
A little bit of a... I need to get to know you better. Eckerman, free kick for Loxton North on the half-forward line.
This Couch was in there as well for Waikerie.
Oh, nice mark. Now, there we go. There's the Growers Service Riverland mark of the day by jumping Jack Colbert.
Colbert, quick handball, gets it on to Hocking. Looks up, finds Neil.
He could be the one.
And Neil brings it back in board. I'm not sure what manages to find the target in B. And then it quickly on to Hocking. Looks up to half forward, but intercepted from the Panthers.
He's had a good game for him, Matthew. He's a brick in the moment.
He kicks up line. Dixon in there. And then you got Jared B.
Geeman again.
Geeman looking for Neil, but great intercept play
Chopped
there
off
from
by Kent.
Kent from the Panthers. He bombs it long in front of Alec Kudra. Keeps it in board, sells a bit of candy. Kicks it up inside, looks for Justin Proud. Over the back. Colbert for the Magpies. It rakes it up.
Oh, game of turnovers at the moment. No one finding Kudra with the ball on half forward, picking up the kick off Colbert.
Getting a lot of highlights that aren't really turning into much here. Not being up.
And Kudra kicks it back to Colbert. They're waxing the ball here, trying to work their statistics up.
There's some spectacular bits of footy going on at the moment, resulting in absolutely nothing. It's just half back to half back.
A game of turnovers.
Colbert kicks it up. Looks for Burgermeister, drops short. He jumps on it, and he's going to get a free. He's holding on. Gets it to Dixon, on to Hocking to Dixon. Now.
He threw it, paid for the throw, ducked around his first opponent, only into the arms of Coney.
Coney with the free on centre wing. Kicks it up inboard, looks for Jai Drake. Oh, great mark under pressure.
Drake came at him, gave him the option.
So Jai Drake with the footy, just outside the attacking 50 for the Panthers. Kicked the first goal in this quarter, but it's been 10 minutes since that.
Back into the defensive pocket to Proud. Too far in front of him, he couldn't bring the ball in. It goes out of bounds after he touches it for a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Loxton North. I'm thinking if I'm Terry Leftheriatis, I'm sending the runner out to say, boys, there's another pocket on the other side which is far easy to score from. How about we get it over that way?
We were talking post-match that Loxton North tend to use the far wing more in attack, but this quarter would tell you the opposite story, wouldn't it?
This will suit Waikerie down the ground in terms of their defensive effort.
Kick up to centre wing, no one able to mark it. Opes in there for the Panthers, tries to get it, but some Magpies are on it first. And
I think the Magpies are happy with this to shut the game down like this and turn it into a stoppage game and stop some of the Loxton North run.
Sherpig takes the ruck, unopposed.
And here comes some of the Loxton North run.
Gets
Alex
it onto
Kudra.
Kudra kicks up the goals. Bouncing. Can the Panthers make something of this? It's a hot footy.
A bit of a kung fu kick by Justin Proud in the pack there, but couldn't quite get hold of the ball with it.
So Couch still manning up on Justin Proud there. That's still the opponent. Got Chambers in there as well. He's taking Ryan Proud.
I'm thinking if you're the coach of either side, you're probably going to sit tight till half-time unless someone really breaks the game open.
Dylan Lefty out of the ball in, gets the kick away.
Proud up early.
Got a couple of hands on it. Ball taken to the scoreboard pocket.
Here's the Magpies with a bit of run, and that run coming from Ethan Neal off half-back.
So fine Levick, but that was punched out of bounds, and we're going to get a ball in right in front of the Loxton North supporters here this afternoon.
Yeah, you can't set the ball up high in front of Levick. Levick is a great ground player with speed to burn, but unfortunately vertically challenged.
So we're seeing some highlights, some standouts for Waikerie around the field, Nobby. Are you thinking any changes at half-time?
No, I think, if it's only 2 goals in the game, 12-point lead to Loxton North, and you went in half-time like that, you'd have to be saying, well, look, that's okay, the game's even. Undisciplined play there by Hocking. Gives the free kick to a Loxton North player. So after the umpire had blown his whistle, he charged in and knocked him to the ground roughly.
So Kent with the free kick for Loxton North on centre wing.
Drives it long.
That's
gone
big
60
kick.
metres, but straight down into the breadbasket of a Waikerie defender who farms it out to Noah Hyde. Noah looking to run the ball out of defence, into attack.
To Tristan Gaiman unable to pick it up. It was a sloppy handball. Wasn't his doing. And look at the ball up just on half forward for Loxton North. Tristan Gaiman stand up for me. I mean, do you keep him at half back or do you chuck him in the middle?
No, you've got to. You just got to hope that he can drive that ball deeper out of defence and create some opportunities.
Because we are seeing some run out of him, but maybe not up as far as maybe what they are needing.
Coney playing very well for the Panthers, but I don't think Loxton North are using the ball as well as they should. See Gaiman there getting in the way, getting the handball out. Kent in, Kudra takes the ball and he's off again.
Gets the handball out while he was tackled. Gets it on to Cody Vomard.
Luck's the fortune here.
Wesley's with the footy. He was taken to ground, trying to pick it up. They're all screaming for a free kick, but no one's getting one.
Yeah, look, it's going to be one of those games, I think.
That's a ball up. 12 forward pocket.
12-point lead to Loxton North here, deep into the second quarter.
Waikerie work it out of their defensive 50. Ryan Turner was the target, punched over line, and it'll be a ball in.
Coney with his hands to the ball first there. He's probably Loxton North's most dangerous forward at the moment.
Was Caleb Coney, the older brother of John T, who's out of the side today. So just waiting for the footy. We've had a few delays getting a footy back today because there's a bit of a breeze around the place here at 5 Room Football this afternoon.
Sherpick muscles his way to the ball, gets it out to Ken over to Coney. Coney on by hands again to Kudra. Always will duck around and take Justin Proud having a day out.
So another mark for Justin Proud. He's already kicked 2 goals today.
So Lockie, you're in Justin Proud's boots. Where are you kicking this ball? At the right-hand goalpost as he looks at it, the far side goalpost?
He's kicking from the left forward pocket.
Or are you going wider, like at the point
I think
post?
you'd make the angle a bit easier and run around. And I think he
there we
might
go.
do that here. As he decides against that. Never in doubt.
Yes, and on fourth to North, which takes them to 4 goals, 3, 27, to 1-3-8.
I think Waikerie have certainly matched up pretty well on some other opponents, but I'm convinced Justin Proud's name wasn't in the planning meeting this week when they were coming to Loxton North. A great game so far from Justin Proud.
Hey, Lockie, interesting little fact for us. Zach Waldridge, I know he's had 1 kick in the match, but I haven't seen him have a second kick. Can you get your binoculars out and see if he's sitting on the bench?
Yes, he is.
So perhaps injured.
One booed off.
1 boot off. Okay.
So I can't see any else back, so some type of ankle injury.
So you think maybe not a problem with his boot, you suggest?
Could be no off. I think he's done.
He's racked.
Yep.
Okay. Ball up again in the middle. Handball into the ruck against Colbert.
Didn't see where that happened. He must have just slipped off after a play or something.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not a day you'd really wish to. I mean, I know he's a young fella. He'd love to be out amongst that.
There's a bit of breeze out here this afternoon.
Free kick to Ethan Neal, who you'd say is having a pretty good game for Waikerie.
Kicks
this
up.
Is better play. I would have paid that mark as well, umpire. Well played. And that's young Cade Hilton. Gets the ball forward for Waikerie, looking for, but not finding a player.
Kicks the right pocket.
Through goes Mal Lloyd in his first game. He's out to Worsfold onto his left foot and finds Alec Kudra all the way back this time, but as usual, quickly gets on with the ball, sends a bit of a helicopter towards Proud, but over his head. Proud with a new opponent, Lockie.
Yeah, that's Chambers.
Yep.
I think 24.
Yep.
So,
So once Proud kicked that third goal, it looked like the change was made.
So Chambers now with the footy on centre wing for Waikerie, looking for a target. He's calling out for one. Hasn't really got many options, so bombs it up the line.
Big handball, but takes his eye off it. He should have kept going, big fella. That was your ball.
Dixon managed to pick it up out of the contest for Waikerie. Still working this ball forward.
And you can't let him get kicks like that. He drives the ball towards the goals.
Stuart Liebig, can he run under it and kick the Magpies' first goal of the quarter? He was bumped. This could be a free. No.
That's where you want to see Liebig. Put the ball out in a bit of space. Let him one-on-one against someone because he will burn him up. Only 3 minutes left in this quarter, Lockie, on the Murray Pest Control clock. And a very, very low-scoring game. Sherpick in after the ball.
Turner tried to boot it forward, but it's going to be another ball up deep in Wakerie's attacking 50.
Will this be a repeat of the end of the first goal when Waikerie snuck a goal after the siren in that case to sort of even the game up?
They still need another goal here. That is for sure going into half-time. Yeah, well, just on the Aquatic Week Control Australia scoreboard, 4-3-27, Loxton North leading Waikerie 1-3-9.
Nice hit out there over the back to Jack Opes. Tries to get it out. Ball comes out to Vermont, who dishes the ball off to the right. Dishes the ball off to Cade Hilton by mistake, and Cade Hilton runs in and kicks the Magpies' second goal.
There we go. Just like that, it can happen.
Yep. Good play by the young player. Scouted out wide. Might have even called Vermont for the ball, and out it went.
Cade Hilton.
Yep.
Under 18s last year, I think. Won a premiership.
I reckon he still plays in the under-18s, Lockie.
The Magpies now back in the hunt. All that work in their defensive 50 has paid off because they are still very much in this one. 4-3-27, Loxton North, Waikerie Magpies 2-3-15.
Will fitness become an issue here? I think not. Both these sides young and fit and quick.
I think Waikerie would be a bit young.
Yep. Sherpick hand to the ball over Colbert. Both of these guys having a heck of a duel in ruck.
Ball back in the centre.
Sherpick outreaching him again, getting it over towards Cooter, who taps it forward. Straight to Shapley. He's wrapped up by 3 Magpie players at half forward, and in comes umpire Grummett to ball it up again.
I don't think Waikerie would have a player over 30 today. I'm just doing the quick sums around the field.
What about your acting captain today, Steve Hoyes?
Nah, he'd be under.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, that is a very young A-grade side out there for it. The thing with Loxton North, though, they have got some older players, but Coach Terry Lefty is very clever at using them strategically. They're not having to run on the ball and things like that, so I don't think that would be a factor later in the game.
Sherpick again trying to get the ball out. Up to the tap out, but not out of play. Almost Sean Wren-like the way he stays in the game after he takes the hit out.
Speaking of Hoysler, there he is off half back.
This is looking better for the Pies.
Nitschke
had a go at it, but Adam Wesley quickly wrapped him up. He needed to grab that one grab and be off on his bike.
Still got the ball up. Oh, a couple of Panthers, a bit of friendly fire there. They both thought they were going for the ruck.
Through goes Wesley, but pushes his player in the back. Ball quickly handballed out to Hocking. It goes forward for Waikerie.
Can the Magpies make something out of this? Nitschke's in there, Makarith is in there, Turner's in there.
This is a more determined effort by the Pies. They've got the ball on their half-forward line and they're trying to lock it into the forward lines and get an opportunity at goal.
Turner gets the tap, but it's straight to Fletcher from the Panthers. He bombs it into the centre square. There's no one home. Shapley's trying to run onto it. It's a foot race, and he manages to win that one. Handballs back, finds Petch. Gets it on quickly to Coney. Coney was kicking as he was tackled and finds Kent in the middle of the field. He takes them on. Tyson Kent bombs it into the attacking 50. Ryan Proud, he's got a couple of metres. Wheels back around. Snap on goal. Bombs it up. It's a 9-9 kick. Justin Proud's underneath it. Can someone soccer it?
He soccers it through. Justin Proud brought the ball to ground and brought the ball to ground to himself and socketed it through. And that's his 4th goal.
I'll tell you what, this could be a season-defining game.
But that's as simple as the goal was. It was a great effort, and it might even have just edged forward into the surf to suit Loxton goal of the day, Lockie.
I think Justin Proud is very much the clubhouse lead. I think he's got one hand on the trophy already this afternoon.
Do you think he's playing in the fact that the Waikerie Magpies are very Ryan Proud centric? And
yes.
he's slipped in under the guard?
Yeah.
At half-time, Jay Proud's name might be going up on the Waikerie scoreboard, so I'm going to stop this bloke.
He's only third point now, Justin.
Sherpick gets the ball towards the goals again for Loxton North. Through comes Coney, had a great quarter. Dishes it out to Worsfold by hand. Worsfold on his left. Oh, slices that one towards the boundary line. But who's there? Justin Proud again.
Picks it up just on the boundary line, walks it over, and they'll get the free kick.
Almost half-time here at Panther Park, Lockie, and an 18-point lead to the Loxton North Panthers. They'll be happy with that. And there it is. There's the half-time.
Half-time, it's Loxton North with a comfortable but still small lead. 5-3-33, leading Waikerie 2-3-15. It's a windy afternoon at Loxton North. Looking at the forecast, it might get a little bit windier. We're going to cross back to Trevor Scott's studio and find around this afternoon. You at 5 a.m. headquarters. been an interesting contest so far. Loxton North, they have the lead at this stage. 5-3-33 leading Waikerie Magpies 2-3-15. The Norton team is now running back onto the field.
Yep, just to summarise that first half, Lockie, goal kickers, pretty easy for me to find them. Justin Proud with 4 goals. Angus Shapley with the other goal for Loxton North, and for Waikerie Magpies, Brad Burgomaster with a goal, and Cade Hilton with a nice goal in that quarter for him into the breeze. Hey, good players for both sides in up the order. Nelson had Cody Boomer led the team well. Justin Proud with 4 goals. You'd have to say he's probably BOG at stage. I thought Shippick's done a heck of a job in ruck, but I've got his opponent in as well because they're having a great duel. The two of them, Caleb Coney, a great quarter. Tyson Kent, dangerous when he bursts clear with the ball. And in the defence, and Joel Worsfold getting his normal few touches, but nowhere near what we saw last week. Can't do it every week. And in defence, Matthew Fletcher and Jack Opes holding up their end. For Waikerie Magpies, I thought Noah Hyde's had a couple of good quarters. Dixon dropped out of a bit in that quarter. Hahn bullocking his way into the ball all the time. Burgermeister good, and hitting the scoreboard. Cooper Macris had a little bit of it. Colbert, who I mentioned, having a great duel in ruck with Sherpick. Ethan Neal getting plenty of it as well. And I thought Tristan Geeman got plenty of it that quarter.
Yeah, he's sort of been the general off half-back. Sort of him together with Hoisler off half-back have really been the two that have been driving a lot of that play. It's really, Waikere's attack, a lot of it has come off rebounds off half-back. A lot of it intercepted on their half-forward through Loxton North's defenders. Yeah. Both teams' defenders, it must be said, really are excelling today.
For 10 minutes of that second quarter, the first 10 minutes of it, it was interception. The ball never really travelled more than about 40 metres. They just kept, it was like a game of end to end. Now, Lockie, just quickly, at the start of the game, you told me and our listeners that whoever was behind at half time would win. You'd tip them.
Well, I said that's the team you support when you're a commentator because
okay.
you want the team that's coming second to
well,
win.
That's the team I selected. So,
well, you're on the Magpies.
Am I in the driver's seat here now? Or?
Well, they've got that goal, that late goal in the second quarter has kept them very much in the hunt. Look, it goes without saying they're going to have to work out a match-up for Justin Proud, which they've tried 3 players so far, and every player's had a goal kicked on them. I don't know what you do there.
I think the way the Magpies can try and win this game is they've got to put Loxton North under pressure, not pressure around the ball, pressure on the scoreboard. If they come out and kick a couple of quick goals in a row in this third quarter, then the game changes. If it keeps going the way it is, and it's sort of goal for goal or back and forth, North will run out winners by the 3-goal lead they've got. But look, hardly a margin you can't surpass here.
No. Tristan Game may be the one defender for Waikerie you could put on a Justin Proud, but you are going to sacrifice a lot of drive. Well, I'm just looking at what Waikerie got today. We spoke this last week at Barmer Monash at the Lakeside. A football team is a chess set, and I think I said to you after the game, Barmer Monash last week were a couple of pieces short of a full set because they had everything around the field, no worries, but were unable to get a goal because they lacked a key forward or someone to clunk a mark up forward. Waikerie not quite in that situation. They've just got a lot of the same pieces. You know what I'm saying?
In a game like this where you can say that the wind is definitely favouring the end that Waikerie are now kicking to in this third quarter, do you move Geeman a little bit further up the ground, maybe in the middle, and so that his kicking is very penetrating, like hits the goal square? Is that what you do if you're coaching?
You've got to, at some stage, I think, roll the dice, and I reckon that's probably one thing you probably could do.
Geeman lining up on Justin Proud.
There we go. We've called it. Okay, there it is. Second half underway at Loxton North. Colbert does the tap work. It's Waikerie that get the first clearance through Dixon. Ball goes up there, forward lines. Oh, looks like it could be on here through Waikerie. There's Liebig. Good kick up forward. Nice kick hooks for a target. Unable to mark. Ball spills forward, taken to ground. Can the Magpies hold it in here? Yes, they can. Cooper Mackareth.
Out to Mackareth.
Good handball over the top.
To Hahn. Here's
Hahn. Shot on goal. It's a wobbly old kick.
I was thinking that would be perhaps an entry for the surf to suit Loxton goal today, but we don't have an award for out on the full of the day, do we?
No, I was about to just
Because
write down
that's
that
what it
in.
was.
I was about to write down in the behinds column there, but that wasn't even that. So
No, he tried to work the ball back with the breeze, but didn't get enough of the football. Probably hit it in the middle. And ball gone right back over. There's been a bit of time on here today in this quarter.
yeah, well, they're trying to find the footy. Nobby, I might just have another sip of my cup of tea here this afternoon.
I hope the Loxton North player, Dylan Petch, out there looking for it, has got someone with him because he could get lost.
Yeah, we'll just pause for intermission at the moment, won't we?
He's out there in the sticks and the trees. Oh, well, look, he's found his way back.
Just quickly, Nobby, at the lakeside, half-time, it's Barmer and Monash trailing Loxton. 2-5-17, Barmer and Monash to Loxton 4-1-25. It is a very important game, and it's very close.
And once again, kicking for goal. So critical in these low-scoring matches. And good kicking for goal here today, though. Loxton North 5-3-33, leading Waikerie 2-3-15 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard. Ball back in play by Nelson from fullback for Loxton North.
Kicks up, no one able to mark it. Panthers still work it forward, but it's been quickly intercepted. But the Magpies have now copped a few metres.
Keeping possession but losing ground, and that ball taken at half back by Worsfold. A loose high kick in. Worsfold taking control of the ball for Loxton and driving it towards the forward line.
Ball right in front of us in the commentary position. There's Hyde in there trying to scoop it up, but he paddles it over the line and will get a ball up.
You know, a couple of times we've seen Waikerie this year, Hyde's been a very influential player, but his effect on the game really taken in hand by Mason Eckerman, who's obviously been manned up on him.
So a ball in. What are we going to see here? No one. Colbert taps it forward. There's Macrath.
Nice handball out of the pack by Macrath to Liebig. Liebig on to Neil. Couldn't get his kick away. Ball comes back to Vumo, who masters the troops. Cross to Eckerman. Eckerman finds a player out in his zone. It's Kudra. Is it? No, it's not. It was Wesley, Aaron Wesley.
So now the ball on Panthers half
Wesley.
forward.
Here we go.
There's Coney. Dodges around traffic. Looks up for a target.
Cut off at half back by Couch for Waikerie. Gets the handball. This is better from Waikerie. They're trying to move the ball quickly.
So can the Panthers make something out of this? No, it's taken out of bounds and we'll get a...
I reckon Waikerie had an advantage there, but the kick comes back to Hocking from Waikerie. He looks across the middle.
Oh, a dangerous kick.
Poor kick.
Josh Nelson for the Panthers picks it up. Handballs onto Kent. Kent now drives deep into the 50, but another wayward kick. And
Picks out Dixon at half back for Waikerie.
And the Magpies now go the switch. They could make something out of this if they can take possession. Ball staying in board.
Nice kick in by Hilton.
Neil was the target. Intercepted. Panthers got a hand in there, and it's a loose footy again.
Gee, the veteran Nelson, he's not frightened to stick an arm or a leg or a part of his body in there to prevent someone from getting the football.
So a ball up right in front of us here at the commentary position. Loxton North this afternoon.
Colbert dominant hit out, but only as far as Nelson.
And it's taken over the line and we'll get another ball in.
Maybe Jack Colbert's the man that can fire him up.
Well, I think he's doing his best. He has not had a break in the ruck at all today. I think Ryan Turner took one in the forward lines early. Oh, and Sherpig in the ruck gets bumped, but it's play on.
I think Alec Kudra might have found someone with the same speed as him.
Ball now.
Tyrell Hocking.
Up on the painted 50 for Waikerie, but Panthers clear it out and finds Joe Westfold. Westfold centres the footy, finds Vumard. Vumard decides against playing on.
That was good play by Opes. Used the ball well out of half back, didn't he?
Finds Kudra in the centre square, the former turf cricket pitch here, which still remains. And the ball's taken wide. It's Wesley now with the footy on the far wing.
Gee, he's starting to really fit into this Panther lineup, isn't he, Wesley?
No one able to mark it. Kent got front and centre, paddled it forward. That was Eckerman. The Magpies defenders now work this footy out. And we're seeing this again. It's Hilton.
Neil doing his best to give him some drive off half back. Here they go. They got a spare here.
Liebig goes around the ground, the soccer on the ground, but finds Turner. Turner paddles it behind himself, trying to keep it in possession. But the Panthers...
Vumard shut him down. Sherpik across to Opes. He drives the ball back to the wing. Eckerman's never out of it, is he?
No, he is certainly in and amongst it all the time here at
Nice
Loxton
play
North.
here by Hocking. He's the one. He's the one to set this team on fire.
Looking for a target.
What a pick-up. Now, that is the Growers Service Riverland Mark of the Day by Hahn, by Mitch Hahn.
Certainly a contender for our judges this afternoon.
It was an ugly sort of a kick coming in, but Hahn had the expertise to hold his player off the ball and then stick his hands out and take a slips catch, not unlike Cameron Green. Although that one, he got his hand under it before it hit the grass.
So Mitch Hahn now. This is an important goal. Gives it a bit of air and it's coming back. He knew where to put it and he slots the goal.
Great kick by Hahn. Made the allowance for the breeze and kicks the first goal of the second half and the third goal for Waikerie Magpies. It takes them to 3-3-21, trailing Loxton North by 12 points, 5-3-33 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
They're very much in the hunt, which is good to see here at Loxton North this afternoon. We've got a battle on. This is for top spot.
Yep.
Very important game.
And could change seeding of these two teams too, Lockie.
Well, we haven't had too many updates from Renmark this afternoon as yet.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, they could. If the Panthers were to not win today, Renmark could find themselves the number 1 seed.
Ball back in the centre. Colbert chirping. Good tap from Colbert. But Redwell from Alec Kudra from the Panthers, who burns around some players and kicks it up
with the 9-9.
Top of the 50. Can someone get underneath it? They all flew up. Dylan Lefty tried to get there.
What a pickup by Kent.
Tyson Kent through traffic like a New York City cab driver.
Yep.
Kicks up to the goal square. Ryan Proud's home. Oh, no.
Handball bag.
Oh, Justin Proud, if you don't mind.
For goal number 5 for Justin Proud.
I shouldn't be laughing.
He is having a day out.
Oh, I tell you what. This could be... This is a... it's phenomenal.
That was all about Kent's play. Seriously, that was the play of the day. He dodged, like you said, like a New York cab driver. He dodged about 5 players, stayed on his tippy toes, and managed to get the ball forward quickly. And Loxton North outnumbered their Waikerie defenders. And even though the ball was sort of fumbled a bit, they had plenty of options. And Proud arrived on the scene just in time to receive a lovely handball 2 metres out directly in front.
Apologies for the wrong call for too. I thought Ryan Proud was up forward. Actually,
yep.
Normally the key defender for the Panthers.
Ball coming out. Here's Kent again. Drives the ball forward. Ran his full 15. Chipped up to Fletcher. Had a go at the ball. Off hands.
This could spill over the back.
I'll tell you what, Loxton have all of a sudden thinking that they can break this game open. Although I thought Waikerie really had a dip. Hocking gave him drive out of the middle in the first couple of minutes of the quarter. There's Colbert, hands to the ball in the back line for Waikerie from the throw up.
So can we see, this is deep in the Panthers 50.
There was Shapley, his opponent's trying to undress him. They get his Guernsey off him.
Justin Proud close to the footy. Can he sniff 10?
He's Hocking again, trying to do his best to lift his side. In and under, handball out to Neil. Neil moves it on to Liebig. Liebig moves it on again. Right
in front of the Panther supporters, taken over the line.
Cade Hilton, who had the footy, I think, then Lockie was taken over. A lot of advice being handed out of Westie's bar there from everyone.
We're having a bit of a laugh and a chuckle this afternoon. Their team leads 38 plays 21.
It's a full house there.
So from the ball in to loose footy.
Liebig getting another touch.
He's getting in amongst it, isn't he, this afternoon?
Yeah, you can't ever question his enthusiasm or his attack on the ball.
It's going all right this afternoon. So
Hocking just hanging to the back of the pack. Here he comes. Out to be that time, was it?
Hyde, I reckon.
Hyde.
It's a loose footy in the 50. It's a foot race on Hahn, but there's 2 Panthers he's got to beat.
Oates doing the right thing, getting the ball on hand out to Petch at half-back for Loxton North. Looks up on his left and finds his player, his teammate.
That's Justin. No, it's not John Worsfold.
He covers a bit of turf job, mostly in the back lines today, working behind centre.
So an intercept kick though, and it's back into the the Magpies 50. Can they make something of this? They can't. Jack Meaney gets a good handball out to Alec Kudra.
And here he is, the Mudcrab, all on his own on the half-back flank for Loxton North. Looks up, gets it into Josh Nelson. Playing further up the ground today, almost on a centre wing, I think. So
Nelson goes to centre the footy, finds Vumard,
who's had a great game.
Becoming a bit of a pivot player there, really, isn't he? He's almost a hub.
Yep. Sherpick also having a good day out. Picks the ball up at half-back, goes back and drives it into the forward lines for Loxton North. Bundle out to Hoyser.
That's Macareth.
To Macareth, who drives it forward, but only as far as
Joel
Worsfold,
Worsfold.
playing in the back lines again. Off to Sherpick over. Ball chipped into Vumard again, who takes a strong mark under competition from his opponent in B. Quickly gets the handball out. Clears the pack of Waikerie defenders at the half back, but the ball will be thrown up at half forward. Managed to get over the defensive line there.
So the ball, 35 out from North goal. Justin Pratt tried to get it out of the contest.
Knocked towards the goal, but only as far as a Waikerie defender who looks up, finds Hyde, who's thinking to himself, gee, I don't want to grab this because I know who's going to grab me. It's going to be the mud crab. Mason Eckerman. Nice kick out to Hilton at half back for Waikerie. Takes a good mark, the young fella.
So what can we see here? 11 and a half minutes play, third quarter.
Finds Geeman in space, looks up, always uses the ball well, Geeman, but this time couldn't quite get it to Nitschke. Ball comes back to Loxton North, knocked out.
There's Shapley with the footy. He's got a couple of metres. Looks up for a target. He sees Fletcher at home. Ball punch forward. Defensive tackle.
Lockie, can you check the bench on? Maybe Ryan Proud's having a rental.
He is, correct.
Hence Fletcher forward.
And I think the Panthers are down 8. They've got 2 players. So Zach Woolley is definitely out of this game today. He's got the dressing gown on. He's done.
And you think,
maybe,
and
we're going to see a card. Is the umpire? No? Okay.
And this is Tyson Kent coming back. I'll tell you what, Tyson Kent, he's a strong player around the ball, and he's sort of picked up the role that perhaps Scott Lewis would do, all the grunt work. He's not afraid to get in amongst it, either on the receiving end or the end that's handing it out. Normally a pretty good hit, Kent.
Oh, Tyson Kent from all of 50 out, gives it a roost into the wind. It's fallen short. Great bit of reading the play there
Nice
from Hocking.
Yeah, Hocking getting plenty of it as well, but having to work deep in defence.
Magpies now trying to clear Glacken, gets the footy out over the defensive 50, but didn't go too far because...
It's Pilkey, is it?
Coney.
Coney
drills into the attacking 50. No one able to mark it. And we'll get a ball up. 45 out, North goal.
Tell you what, Lockie, it's almost like throwing chips into a bunch of seagulls, isn't it, there? Or a chip. Out comes Hocking again with the football. He is really doing his best to lift the pies. Mitch Hahn with a bit of speed. Jack Meaney got his work cut out for him then. Mitch is a top quality player.
Yeah, Turner not Burgermeister unable to mark it.
Who mopped it up? But Joel Worsfold. Out to Kudra. He'll be looking to get this back. No, into the middle to Josh Nelson. Loxton North. He gets it forward again.
Looks up. Filkey's in there.
Oh,
Justin
nice
Proud got a
work.
handball back. He's going to get a free kick here, I reckon, the young lad. What's the umpire said? Yep. Kai Filkey in his first A-grade game.
Yep. Fletcher over there to say, look, I've got your back, champ. Settle down. You'd be thinking maybe this is just out of his range.
He wasn't.
Might be his first kick in A-grade footy and perhaps a goal. Can we go so far as to say?
Kicking from 35 out, 45-degree angle. Ball on its way. He looked beautiful.
Well, what a great first kick in A-grade footy, perhaps, Lockie. And everyone getting around him too.
And the Panther fans knew it. That got a few more beeps than a Justin Proud goal. I think it's fair to say
it did.
they've seen enough of those today.
Yeah, well, look, he certainly looks the part here, doesn't he?
Fitting into the side.
Yeah, gets a bit of a squirt of water from the water runner, a little splash in the ear.
Sort of taking that spot that John T. Coney, we've seen him have a firm grasp on that last few weeks.
By the way, Lockie, back to the Aquatic Week Control Australia scoreboard, in case you're listening in and haven't heard. North 7-3-5, being Waikerie 3-21, 4 goals margin to the Panthers.
Ball back in the centre. Colbert still doing the ruck work.
He's now getting a head on it to Nitschke, thrown into the middle. He drives Waikerie forward.
Centre forward. They're going to get a free here. Push off the ball. Moving on quickly. That's Lean. Yep. Lean finds a teammate in the
reckon it might be Macrith up forward, is it?
Just having a look.
No.
No, it's not Macrith. I reckon that's Mal.
Yep.
Lloyd.
Mal Lloyd, you're thinking?
I'm thinking that, no, maybe not. I'm just trying to see who it might be. Nash Andrew, maybe.
Nash Andrew, I think you're right, Lucky.
Yeah, it is Nash Andrew.
He
Ball
has
on its way. That's a beautiful looking kick from where we are.
Slide mark.
Minus four. So unfortunate there.
Which reduces 3 points to this.
So at the moment, Loxton North have a control on this one.
Look, the game's opened up again, though. Remember the last start of the second quarter was just unreal footy, that back and forward, interceptions. Now the game's cracked right open. Here's the big fella, Hample, comes at the footy. Out it comes again.
Wesley, handballs wide, gives Vomart a couple of steps to chase the footy now. Handballs onto Kudra. Kudra looks
handball
for a teammate, finds Kai Filkey.
He'll want it back.
Back to Kudra. Kudra now. Handballs over the top to Fletcher. Can Fletcher slot a goal? No, he can't. Handballs into the goal square. There's no one home.
Loxton North tried to go coast to coast with handball there.
Oh, man, we've seen it. Oh, no. We don't like seeing this in Riverland footy.
Yeah.
And there's been a free kick given and a 25 metre
to
penalty.
Waikerie. He'll bring the Waikerie Magpies out to centre half back.
Yeah, a bit of a...
ball in the hands.
What would you describe? A late tackle that was very
Ball in
close.
the hands of Glacken there, is it?
Glacken.
Yeah. Comes across.
And finds Kai Filkey again.
Yeah, the young
first
fella.
game.
Hey, enjoying his time out there. Nice little kick. Finds Eleftheriadis at half forward.
That's Dylan.
Loxton North.
So Dylan now looking for a target. 17 and a half minutes played on the Murray Pest Control clock, third quarter. I think Dylan thinks he's a chance of a goal here. What would he be kicking from all of 50, 45-degree angle?
How do you reckon Grandpa Blue would be going with this today?
Oh, I'm not sure how many Pepsi Max cans have got in the fridge.
He's kicked it back to Ty Filkey.
Oh,
he wasn't really expecting it.
Great mark from the Magpie defender there in Dixon.
Who goes looking across ground.
Still a hot footy. You can feel there's a bit of intensity that's lifted in this one in the last 5 minutes or so.
One thing I do like about the Waikerie Magpies, they keep taking the game on. They're trying to go down the middle and cut this margin down.
A Colbert, good tap, but Tyson Kent was underneath it from the Panthers. He gives it a 9-9. No one got underneath it.
Macrith out with the handball. Waikerie drive the ball out. Heusler with it at half back. Brings it out for Waikerie out of half back.
There was Lean.
Yep.
He got a handball out just.
High tackle. Neil takes the free kick for Waikerie at centre wing. Drives it forward, looks up, drives across half forward. Ooh, just misses his man.
That's Burgermeister, who was the target.
Well, lead player Petch comes out with it for the Panthers, but turns it over straight away.
That's Mitch Hahn, I reckon, he got the kick away. He's up a bit forward than he has been today. And the Panther defenders, there's Meany with the footy. There's no one behind him. What are the umpire going to say? Play on's the call. And they bomb it out.
Yeah, Adam Wesley clearing the ball. And who would he find? But Josh Nelson. Gee, he knows how to get to the right spot, doesn't he, Josh?
He read the footy very well there.
And uses it well. Finds Opes out on the half-back flank for Loxton North.
It's a matter of 1 minute clock now. You'd have to think 19 minutes played, third quarter.
4 minutes to go in the quarter, Lockie.
Dylan Lefty gets a handball, but great bit of intercept mark there
There's
from
Opes
Nash
after
Andrews.
Ball comes out by Waikerie. Kicked it forward in a scrubby sort of style, but moving it forward. Collected by Wesley, and who does he find? He finds Nelson at centre half back, all on his own again. He's got that ability to sort of sneak away. You almost think that maybe Loxton North got an extra one on the ground, and it's him.
So North take the ball up to the far centre wing. It's going towards the boundary, but the Magpies bring it back inboard. There's Hahn now with the footy. He kicks into the attacking
Quickly.
50.
Yep.
Can Turner make something for this? It's a foot race. Turner and Meany. Who's got this one? Meany manages to put some late ones in, and he gets right, but Petch out of nowhere. Great bit of attacking play. And gets over the footy.
For a young footballer, he uses his body extremely well, does Meany.
And he's going to take the ruck contest here.
Comes out with it.
Gets the footy out, gets a kick away.
And kicks it to the ruckman Hample almost. Over the top, Kent.
Handball over the top, taken after disposal, and I think he's going to get a... Oh, and there's a yellow card given. And that's Mitch Hahn. He's been given a yellow card for a
So there'll be
late tackle.
I reckon there'll be a 25-metre penalty attached to this as well, Lockie.
So it was Tyson Kent was the one that got the handball away and then
Josh
taken
Nelson
after.
Josh Nelson just giving the umpire a little bit of advice here, saying, how about down the ground, ump? Come on.
So,
But the umpire's made his mind up. He's yellow carded Mitch Hahn.
Mitch Hahn's got to go off
Giving
here
him 10
in front of
minutes
the
spell on
Panther
the bench,
supporters.
and the ball comes back to me, who will take the free kick for Loxton North at centre half back.
And I don't think the Panther supporters said too much to Mitch Hahn then when he went off, Nobby.
You don't?
No, I think it was pretty quiet over there.
You think what? You could hear a pin drop in Westie's butt? Worsfield, he's had a great quarter. He's the mover behind a lot of their stuff, and so is Tyson Kent.
So the ball now, it's loose in the Panther 50. But the Magpie defenders, you've got to give it to them. They keep delivering, and they've driven it out. Finds, give it back. So what can Tristan Game do here?
Ooh. It's been remiss of me to not give Ty Filkey's other grandfather a mention here, Lockie. Of course, Trevor Filkey. So both grandpops will be very proud of their grandson, who's having a cracker little game for his debut.
Absolutely. And I mean, for us here at Fiver and Football, we
like watching any young player make a debut,
absolutely.
don't we? Doesn't matter who they play for, but this is always fun.
Bit
of feeling coming into the game here?
Kai's late uncle Rex, one of our, the doyen of Fiver and Football for decades.
Gee, Lockie, you're starting to get into that family tree, aren't you? Just move up the branches.
Well, it's certainly a lot of connections out there, isn't there?
Yes.
So Hampel in the ruck, taps it out. Mason Eckerman tried to get it, but great bit of play there from Hocking.
Yep. Who would have to be probably, along with Neil Waikerie, leading tries today. And he's doing his utmost to try and get him forward.
Hocking bombs it long, but Meany over the back, got his hands on it, gets a handball to Nelson. But
and this young fella's had a game too.
Yeah, Cade Hilton.
Cade Hilton.
Hilton brings it wide, finds Hyde.
He's had to work hard for every position today against Eckerman.
The Magpies on centre wing. Just measured kick up the line. Not sure who the target might be. Ball over the back.
Yeah, Opes gets his hand to it first and dishes the hand back. He's given over towards Kudra on the wing. Blocked away from him and out of bounds.
And we'll get a ball in not far from us here at the commentary position at Loxton North this afternoon. It's the Panthers 45 leading the Magpies 22. Just getting pretty close to three-quarter time on the Murray Pest Control clock this afternoon. Hampel
Nice
over the
hit
back.
out by Hampel.
Gets a handball out. Joe Worsfold, he was wrapped up. Great tackle there from Nitschke, who held play for a bit. But the Panther attackers keep working hard.
Chain of handballs, ends up with the left ear artist who drives the Panthers forward.
Kai Filkey in there again for the Panthers.
She was hunting their opposition at the moment, although in saying that, Magpies are having a fair dip, especially around the ball. Hocking, B, Colbert again in hard. And there it is, Lockie. That's three-quarter time here at Panther Park. Loxton North 7-3-45, leading Waikerie 3-4-22, a 23-point margin at three-quarter time at Loxton North.
Yes, it certainly is going to be a big fourth quarter. We'll find out what's happening around the grounds with Trevor Scott at the 5RM Sideline View studio. Trevor, what have you got?
for Waikerie, it's a far different score. Just 3 single goal kickers. Mitch Hahn with a goal in that quarter. Other goal kickers, Brad Burgermeister and Kate Hilton. Look, good players for both teams. Mason Eckerman's had a good duel with Noah Hyde on the wing, but neither of those guys featuring too highly in their best players. Eckerman maybe. Nelson had a great quarter, a really good quarter from vice captains, from both the vice captains in Tyson Kent and Joel Worsfold. And I thought Judge Sherpick kept it battling away in the ruck. For Waikerie, no one better than Tyrell Hocking, who's trying to drive his side forward, getting plenty of help from Ethan Neal across half back. Also, others to do a little bit and try and fire him up that quarter. Mitch Hahn had to go up forward and when moved into the middle. And I thought Kate Hilton's been helpful along the game. And of course, I mentioned Colbert. The duel in ruck between Sherpick and Colbert has been a cracker all day.
It certainly has been, Nobby. Now, you are Michael Kilsby, the coach of the Waikerie Magpies, Nobby. Let's play some...
well, you've got to move the magnets around.
You do.
Yep.
What are you going to... for me, I'm putting Tristan Game in the middle. And I'm just going to... You just have to send it.
Well, it's not about defence now. It's about... You've got to kick 4 goals more than the opposition to win it. And the best way to kick 4 goals is to kick them, not to try and stop the other team. And if you're kicking 4 goals and you got the ball in your forward line, then the others aren't going to score. So I'm thinking you've got to load it up. Mitch Hahn's been left much up forward all day to try and do his own, do it all.
And
Cooper Macris a very good forward. I'd be throwing him forward.
Oh, Nobby, he's been listening. Look, he's in the middle for the Waikerie Magpies.
Geeman.
They've done it.
You're right.
Tristan Game. So you are going potentially losing by more to have a crack at winning a game, which we absolutely applaud here at 5 Football.
And he's got Turner in ruck and Jack Colbert up forward. So he's got Hoyser up forward as well. He has moved the magnets around. It's almost like the old under 13 stuff where we're not changing the magnets. We're just going a different way.
I like this. 4th quarter away. Can the revised Magpie team deliver this quarter? It's the Panthers that get the first tap away. Kudra now tries to pick it up. He couldn't get it, but Coney got there, and then Kudra got it back anyway. Now Worsfold with the footy. Handball around to Kudra again. Kudra, smothered footy from the Magpies. Ball up now.
Ryan Proud back on ground.
Forward flank for the Panthers. Magpie defenders working hard. There's Kudra.
Had no one to give it to, so waited and took the tackle.
And I guess this is the risk you are taking because you've probably got your best 2 defenders this afternoon that have been rallying the troops and the generals in defence that are now not in the defensive 50.
Yep. Well, it's the risk you take, but without risk there's no reward. And it's not like a cricket match. You can't just play it out for a draw even when you're behind.
No.
You've got to be in front on the scoreboard. Lockie.
That's it. Pat Cummins didn't go for a draw the other night.
No. And it's exactly the same thing. The pressure's off Waikerie. They're going to lose if they don't do something.
Kudra there got tackled after got rid of the footy. But play on. The Magpie defenders trying to work this one out. Intercepted from Kent. Kent shot on goal. It's coming good, and that's a goal for the Panthers. And they've now kicked 8.
I am going to call this game as being over. If you didn't think it already was, that was the goal they needed just to break the back of the Waikerie Magpies. And Tyson Kent's a pretty good game of footy today for him. He's provided the drive out of the middle that normally Scott Lewis would provide, and won the hard ball. But the difference between Tyson Kent and Scott Lewis is not only the size but speed. Tyson can cover ground.
Certainly can. I think we might have a score from Renmark this afternoon. Trevor, what have you got?
Dow contest, Trev, but Renmark are probably one of the fittest sides in the comp. Watch them break free in the last quarter.
So, ball back in the setup. Didn't go too far initially. Turner gets a handball out to Guillaume, and now he drives it.
Yep. Here we go to Heusler. Both the players have been thrown forward, getting touches.
Heusler, handballs over the top. That was...
Gee whiz, Hocking lacks nothing in endeavour, does he?
No. He's certainly a contender for the hardest worker today.
Nitschke across half back, shoots the ball across to Geeman, who once again drives it forward, and finds the young Mal Lloyd, who unfortunately for him just ducked his head at the wrong time. Felt pressure coming that wasn't really there. He'll get better, the young fella.
Neil bombs it into the deep into the 50. He had Colbert there. Macareth from the pocket, if you don't mind. He's kicked it.
Hate to say it, Lockie, but I did suggest that Macareth forward, he knows how to kick goals. He's a former leading goal kicker for this club. He knows where to find the big ones. So
the Magpies aren't done yet. They returned the margin to three-quarter time margins.
Which was 23 points on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes played. Murray Pest Control clock.
Yep.
So I'm just watching this here. So Tristan Game's in the middle, but he's not pushing forward.
No, he's sweeping. Instead of sweeping across the half-back line, he's sweeping across the centre line, which is pretty much what we talked about earlier in the game. He can do a lot more damage with his kicks when he's that 30 or 40 metres closer to the goal.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move there.
Yep. Here's Hocking again. Gee whiz, he's doing his best. Picks up a high tackle again. He's almost got that Joel Selwood about him. He can just get that shoulder down.
So now up into the Magpie 50 again.
Lovely mark by the Loxton North captain in Cody Vemard at centre half-back.
He's a teacher at Waikerie High during the week, Cody Vemard.
Well, hopefully he's not teaching them that sort of thing. A lovely kick forward to Shapley. Shapley marks the ball just behind centre for Loxton. Looks out wide to the wing out near Westie's bar. Looking for Wesley, I reckon. No, looking for Kai Filkey again. He doesn't lack any pace. Goes back, finds the ball, Filkey. Handballs out to Kent. Has a shot at goal. Marked in the goal square by the Waikerie defender.
Just great bit of play from Kai Filkey.
Yep.
He's not phased at all by this A-grade business today.
Tell you what, it's speed from these Panthers.
Sock it over the ground there from the
above
Magpie.
The knee. The ball hit him above the knee, so that's it's not a kick out. It's almost like when you've got a cricket side, and to be a fast bowler, you've got to bowl over 140, otherwise you're not in the hunt. It's almost like to play in the Loxton North side. You've got to be able to run faster than 4 seconds for 10 metres.
Well, I think their average speed is probably about the same as any other team because they've got a couple of slow blokes out there that are hiding a bit.
You're going to name them? You're happy to name them, are you, Lockie? No. Here we go. Wesley tries to get through, gets the ball for Loxton North, gets it onto his hands.
Kai Filkey's in there again as Shapley, but it's the Magpies that work it out, and there's Guillaume working back.
Yeah, lovely kick almost to his teammate, but cut off by Loxton North.
Stewie Liebert got his head over the foot, he dived on it. The Magpies trying to work this one forward still. You've got to give the Magpies
Wesley,
credit.
that was Nelson to Wesley to left Theriatis. Handball to Worsfold from Loxton North, who looks forward.
Justin Proud, but went over the back. It was a bit too high.
Do you think he's got his hand full? Do you think he's looking for the half dozen, Lockie?
I think he certainly is. Guillemon rather, well back in defence.
Been forced back.
Smothered. And now
handball out to Fletcher.
Has a shot on goal. He's kicked it.
Celebration here from Matthew Fletcher. That would be, how many goals did he kick for Loxton North, Lockie? Is that
none?
First?
That's it.
That's it, is it?
I think that could be his first goal in a long time.
Looks like it.
He's been a defender his whole career.
The way he's being mobbed by his teammates, I'd suggest that's his first goal since he's been playing for the Panthers, and who knows, maybe even first career goal.
I don't know, maybe in a nines match a few years ago.
I meant senior footy.
That's what I mean. I think it could have been a long time since he's kicked a goal.
There's a project for you during the week. Report back to Sports Saturday next week.
How
many career goals has Matthew Fletcher kicked?
Yeah, it's certainly becoming a bit more in favour of the Panthers now. 9-3-57, Waikerie 4-4-28. We applaud the Waikerie Magpies, though, for having a crack, and they're still having a dip.
That's what I like about them. They just keep going. Lovely hit out from Sherpick to Kent. Kent drives the ball forward for Loxton North to a pack of players at half forward, about 30 metres out from goal. Tell you what, you wouldn't want to have the ball with your Waikerie defender with Matthew Fletcher bearing down on you, because he's bearing down on you like a full back that doesn't want you to kick a goal.
Yeah.
But he wants the ball, so he can kick one.
I think he slotted one, and maybe he thinks, maybe two would be good.
He thinks that was pretty good. That was fun. An inspired move by the Panther coaching staff to push him forward, and it'll only add one more string to their bow in terms of versatility.
Just had a text come through from the Nobby, Peruna.
Yep, what's going on out
Brownswell,
there?
8:15. Ramco, 3-2, three-quarter time.
So the Bombers are having their way with the Roosters out there at the well.
That would appear. Magpies now try to drive it up the far wing. They're going to get the free on half back.
Do you know, I think if you're a coach at Loxton North, you're not worried about Sherpick doing that. You're happy that he's throwing his body in there.
There's Turner. Bombs it up the line.
Lovely sport. I tell you what, Jack, that's Jack Meaney. But I tell you what, him and Jack Opes they've made it difficult for the Waikerie forwards.
There's Noel Lloyd in there for the Magpies. He's had an influence today in the first game.
He certainly hasn't looked out of place.
No. Turner couldn't get his hands on it in the ruck. Panther midfielders tried to work it out, but it's a sling tackle. It's been a
Who's coming at the ball? Is it Worsfold? Normally he's under those packs.
It's a sling tackle free kick.
Yeah,
Panthers get it over to Wesley. Wesley, that is a big kick.
That was Worsfold under that pack. You can tell by the handball motion.
Justin
Proud out to Ryan Proud. Ryan trying to give it back to him, or was he trying to snap a goal?
Coney out the back. Justin Proud, he's got a couple of metres. Can he make it 6? Oh, Fletcher got in the way, tried to pick it up. Justin Proud trying to have another crack at it.
Back.
Oh, the fend off.
The old don't argue. Looks up.
Finds Dylan Eleutheriadis. Dylan lefty with the footy.
He's off.
He's
goaled it.
He's nailed it. And the Panthers extend the lead even more.
Look, I think the problem for the Waikerie coach here is just that the Waikerie guys have just dropped their concentration. And I mean, okay, it's okay to lose a match of footy and to perhaps get outplayed, but to just drop your bundle in terms of concentration, that's not a good thing.
Yeah. 10 goals, 363, leading Waikerie 4-4 at 28. You know what? At three-quarter time, that was a 5-goal margin.
Yep.
And maybe even less than that, actually.
It was 23 points, actually. It was a 4-goal margin.
The changes they made, they were risky, and you knew that if,
the Pies had to take the chance.
You were giving up a lot of defensive strength. But if the Magpies were to slot that first or second goal, the pressure would have been on Loxton North.
It had to be scoreboard pressure.
Yep.
Yep.
So the Magpies really needed that first goal after 3
Mind you, when you look at the scoreboard, 10 goal 3, pretty good return. And I have to say that Loxton North are probably one of the better sides when it comes to accuracy. Alec Kudra leaving the ground under the blood rule.
I think that's our first one this year we've seen. So Kudra off, Jai Drake back on for the Panthers.
So he's got to come all the way back into the middle.
So we've got 10-0, nearly 11 minutes played. Fourth quarter, Riverland footy on 5RM.
On the Murray Pest Control clock.
Interesting to know what's going on at the lakeside at the moment.
8 minutes to go in this game. 13 minutes to go in this game, Lockie. So plenty of football here, plenty of time. Hahn for Waikerie. Attempts to burst out of the pack. Oh, nice work. Nice little block there by Worsfold on Hocking to allow Coney to run through and take the ball, but he could only get as far as Couch for Waikerie, who turns around, drives the ball out. Waikerie got the run of the ball here. Handball from Dixon onto Macrath, I think, who drives the ball forward. Looking for...
That was the 28 of Lean.
Yep.
Taken out of bounds. Just had a bit of intel come through on Matthew Fletcher's career goals.
That was it.
That was his old man sent me a text.
Yep.
No senior goals that I can remember.
So that was it.
And I would have thought if anyone would have known, it would have been him.
That was his first senior goal. No wonder there was signs of jubilation.
Great to get...
Noah Hyde getting the ball forward for Waikerie, but kicking it up in the air and gave everyone a chance to get under it. Wesley tries to get that ball out of the pack for Loxton North and penalised for throwing it, or incorrect disposal.
So
Waikerie taking the free kick at half forward.
There's Hoysler.
Yep.
Small
Drives
kick up.
it in. Lovely lead by Colbert. Couldn't bring the ball to ground.
Ball still hot here. Socket. Panther defenders working hard to stop this one. And it's going to be a ball up in the goal square.
Gee whiz, you have to work hard when young Liebig's around.
The sun setting at a very...
From Waikerie, if that ball spills out of the pack, he's first onto it. Hit out to
Meaney.
Meaney takes the handball.
And the Panther defenders try to work this out. Wrapped up, though, on tackle. That's holding the ball.
Who was that against, Lockie?
And that's a free kick to the Waikerie Magpies. was Joel Worsfold that was wrapped up. That's Cooper Macarath that got the free.
Yep. He's kicked one goal this quarter already.
This is from the other pocket. This is from the far pocket.
Won't trouble him. Like I said, no goal scorer for the Waikerie Magpies.
It's only going to be about a 30-metre kick.
Goal umpire does not move.
He slots another one.
Second goal for Cooper Macarath. Second goal this quarter for Waikerie. And takes the score to Loxton North 10-3-63. Leading Waikerie 5-4-34 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard, Lockie, but you'd be thinking they need 6 more of those to finish in front, and that's not going to happen.
Yes, goals and minutes is the usual formula to work this one out.
Well, there's still plenty of time.
That formula still rings true.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time. Time's not their enemy. I think maybe just the capacity.
Yeah. Goal of the day for Surf to Suit Loxton. Got a few contenders to work that one out this afternoon.
I've got one of Justin Proud's. Oh, there's Hahn in the middle. Tries to take on the players with the ball under one arm. He's on the other side from umpire Grumman, who gives him the benefit of the doubt and balls it up again.
Oh, Hampel, big tap over the back, but it's Hocking.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle. That was a nice tackle because Hocking was looking for the high tackle, but Kudra not falling for that, wrapping him up around. Another ball up from umpire Grumman.
Colbert, good tap forward. Cooper Macarath's in there trying to get it, but...
And the big fella gets the push in the back. Matt Hampel, long way down there, and once he got down there, he was saddled up.
Hampel with the footy.
Boom,
Gives
big
it
kick.
Big ruckman kick. Middle of the 50. What can we see? Can the Panthers slot another one here? Not at the moment. Ball moved out through Macarath.
Nice kick to Heusler, who takes the mark on the wing for the Pies. Looks up quickly, turns around, and finds Jared B. on the half-forward line. Looks into the middle, looks into the middle for Campbell. Couldn't quite bring it down. Through goes Kent. Runs in a straight line. Didn't take the ball. Back to Mitch Hahn, who snaps that goal. This will be an entry for the goal of the day. Should that go through? And it didn't.
It's a minor score. Yeah, it would have been a contender, that's for sure.
Bounces through for a point, and Petch will bring the ball back into play for Loxton North from the kick-in.
He's had a bit of an up-and-down day, Mitch Hahn, hasn't he?
He's had a bit. He's had a maybe day, I reckon.
Yeah, the good stuff's been good.
Oh, here's a player who is consistent as they come. The Loxton North captain in Cody Vimo takes another mark at half-back.
I wonder, though, Nobby, if that's by virtue of the positions he's been in today.
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe has he been in the middle enough today?
No, probably not. Geeman taking the mark at centre wing with an opportunity to drive Waikerie back into attack.
Looks up, Turner unable to mark it. Coney gets a handball
to Meany across the ground to Wesley. Wesley for Loxton North clears defence towards the wing.
Hilton now.
Yep.
Hilton with the footy on centre wing.
Waikerie have to go up and down the middle. They can't kick it out into the wing all the time.
16.
Back into the middle he goes to Colbert.
16 and a half minutes played.
Colbert taking the mark for Waikerie right on the centre wing inside the square. Drives it long down the middle. That's the kick. But who does he find? No one. Worsfold dishes the ball out. Wesley comes wide to Vumard.
That's going to go out of bounds. No. Wesley keeps it in.
Back to his Waikerie opponent, who takes an easy mark on the wing.
That's Glacken, I reckon.
Yep, it is.
Harry Glacken with the footy.
Immediately looked up in the middle, but the options closed off by the Panthers. Lovely mark by the Panther skipper.
And that is a mark of the day
Cody
for Grosev's Riverland contender.
I don't reckon he's made a mistake all day, Cody Vumard. On to Eleftheriadis, who plays on immediately. Nowhere to go. Goes back to Opes. Opes under pressure, but gets the handball back to Wesley. Back onto his left foot and clears defence for Loxton North, but finds his Waikerie opponent at half-back the other end.
Cooper Macarath, he's got a paddock on the wing, but decides to hold station.
Yep, he takes a mark, looks in.
Finds Hilton.
He's had a good game today.
Looking for Couch. Finds Couch.
Couch had a bit of a hard time at the first quarter standing Justin Proud, but I bet he's happy he's up the ground.
Ball now over the painted 50. No one able to mark it. Josh Nelson at the front and centre gets the crumbs. Quick handball to Kent.
Yeah.
Kent puts the afterburners on and takes the game on.
Yeah.
Looks for a target and finds Sherpig just on the far side of the centre square. Now he brings it back inboard, looks for Ryan Proud, unable to go over the back, but who's got the footy? Justin Proud. Can he pick this one up? Makes the angle even harder. Oh.
Do you know what that was? You know what that was, Lockie? He said, I've kicked 5 on my right foot today. I'm going to have a go with the left.
Oh, I think he'd used all of his lucky tokens already today.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think he's running a bit low on petrol. Didn't have petrol to run around his opponent.
Well, I was at a wedding with Justin the week before the footy season started, and I can tell you, footy was not top of his mind that weekend.
So he wasn't in pre-season.
No, he was far from it.
Here he is again. Speak of the devil, takes the hand, takes the tap in from Sherpik, takes on his opponent, but couldn't get past him. Was pinged for holding the ball.
I think Justin's first training was the Thursday before the first game. That was like Resi's every week. Ball now over the line, and that's it.
Coney could not keep that ball in for Loxton North, and that will be a boundary throw in. You think 6 minutes to go, you think it's beyond Waikerie at this stage. However, they don't know that. They'll play this out like they normally. Through it goes Cody Vumard, flat out from the hit out, but only as far as Glacken again, I think, Lockie.
Yeah, he's done a bit late. Yep. Justin Proud now said socket off the ground from Dylan Theriatis, and he slots another one. Just a loose footy over the back. It was a foot race.
And that's his second goal for the quarter, Dylan.
Justin Proud was in there as well, but Dylan Lefty got there first for the quick soccer, and Panthers extend the lead even more. 11 goals now.
Waikerie unable to get consecutive goals, and that's hurt them. You know, once you concede a 2 or 3 goal lead early in the game, and then you can't kick 2 in a row, you're never going to get back, are you?
Yeah. So 11-3, 69. Just doing some quick maths this afternoon. 2 Waikerie Magpies, 5-5-35 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
Good, Lockie. Notice I wasn't jumping in to help you. I was in the same trouble.
Yep, just doing some quick mental arithmetic.
Hample, hands on the ball, comes back to him, and then he drives it forward. Finds Alec Cooter, centre half forward, who finds Sherpik on the lead, is it?
Yeah, that's Sherpik.
Yep. Clever move again by Loxton North coaching staff. They were changing their ruckman on the bench, but with 6 minutes to go, why not push Judge Sherpik up forward when he's having a rest, because he's a dangerous target up there as well, and he took that mark.
Shot on the way and missed, minus score.
Yep. Has had a fair game today too in ruck. A great battle with Jack Colbert. I think maybe finished in front. Yeah, done a little bit more around the ground than Jack, I think, and kicked a couple of clearances too. Didn't just win the hit-outs, but actually kicked the ball out of the middle. Good game. Every time we watch him play, Judge Sherpik, you see him getting better and better and better.
So kick up the ground, out of defence.
Well, not so much him getting better, but his influence on the game becoming greater and greater.
Finds Cooper Macareth. He brings it wide, looks for Burgermeister. Dixon's in there for the Magpies, and it's a stoppage and ball up. The sun's setting now, Nobby, and this is the unfortunate part of the commentary position here at Loxton North.
Hit out. Kent tries to take the ball out of the pack for Loxton North. And
another stoppage. Yeah, the sun angle here, not ideal.
Vumard has tracked his man up onto the ball, and he's just as dangerous up there as he was sitting across half back. Here he is, trying to make his way through. Oh, out of bounds on the full from a Waikerie player out of the pack. Be a free kick to Loxton North at half forward.
22 minutes played. Fourth quarter Riverland football on 5RM. It's the Panthers that are going to win big today. 11-4-70, leading Waikerie 5-5-35.
With 4 minutes left on the Murray Pest Control clock, we're into junk time.
This is what you would describe as junk time. Joel Worsfold takes the free, brings it back in.
But there's no junk time at Murray Pest Control, Lockie. They are no worries with the team at Murray's every time they get to your place.
Right. Finds
Nitschke. Back to Couch from Waikerie. Whoa! There
Joel
we
Worsfold,
go.
mark of the day.
Services Riverland mark of the day from one of the smaller Loxton North players. He got right up and over the top then.
A contender, and that's how you win awards. You do it late, kicks up, finds the target, good mark.
Jai Drake, a courageous mark from him, stood under a high ball and took the mark and the pressure that came with it.
Kicks deep into the attacking 50. It's a loose footy. Kai Filkey was front and centre, wrapped up.
That's the beauty of these young players like Kai. I mean, he got to the right spot. He was standing front and centre and he was there.
Ruck contest. Still a hot footy, and we'll go again.
See where he's standing now again for a first game player? Standing right where, if the ball comes out, he gets a shot at goal.
Macareth and Sherpig finds Guillaume out to Dixon, and they try to work this footy out. There's the 7 of Cody Vomard for the Panthers, but it's the Magpies that are on the run now. Kick up to half forward, looking for Turner.
Oh, what a mark. There's
great
another
defensive
entry. That
mark.
one from Adam Wesley, I believe, Lockie.
Adam Wesley with the spectacular mark.
Launched himself back into the pack. Courageous effort.
Finds Kent
off
handle
to
to
Petch.
Oh, a wild kick. Looking for Nelson. Finds Justin Proud. Far wing, he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, no good without goal sticks in front of him today, Justin Proud. But when there's goal sticks in front of him...
I think even the Panther fans are having a bit of a laugh at that one today.
Well, you can hear the crowd.
Oh, he's been dragged for arrest after that. I think Terry Lefty said, that's enough for today. Pack her up. 5 goals.
To be honest with you, Lockie, I think he was on his way to the bench anyway when he got that kick. For arrest. He's racked the queue.
Oh, he's got the water bottle in hand. He's keeping the gear on, so I thinks he might still be a chance for a few more minutes.
No, I think he's racked the queue with 3 minutes left in the game. Not much need for him to be out there. Ball coming back to Petch in the middle of the ground for the Panthers. Goes back and goes for distance. Sends it right to half forward. Hocking, he has not stopped all day, has he? Here he is, comes out of the pack with the ball for Magpies. Slams it onto the boot.
Yeah, it's a high kick.
Kai Filkey out of the pack with a lovely handball. Clears the pack. Running onto it. Alec Kudra.
There's Colbert, they got the soccer through the contest, but it's out of bounds.
Look at Kudra go. First one there, gets the free kick. He knows how to make use of his speed.
So is it going to be, are they trying to say it was a ball in here because it was a soccer? Oh, no, it should be a free.
All Alec wants to do here is get on with it.
70 plays 35, yep. Panthers with a big advantage.
Nice little chip into the square.
Was a bit short of that.
Out comes the ball from the Waikerie defence onto the chest of Nash Andrew. He takes the mark at half back for Waikerie. Looks around, moves the ball up towards Hahn, but Petch arrives and spoils it over the boundary line. That'll be a boundary throw in the north half forward line.
Yeah, time now ticking down on the Murray Pest Control clock. We've had 26 minutes played, fourth quarter. Sun setting even further here today. The
76 plays 35 on the Aquatic Weed Control Australia scoreboard.
I was going to say the wind's dropped
there
off.
It is.
The Panthers record an impressive win, and that sees them go top after 9 rounds of Riverland football. Season 2023. We'll go back to Trevor Scott in the Sideline View studio and find out what's happened around the grounds, and then we'll wrap up proceedings here at Loxton North. But it is a big win to the Panthers. Trevor, over to you.